Hello guys, and welcome to Ryde VIP, the rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what happened yesterday, which was Saturday, and today is Sunday, and this video is going today. So as you notice, on Friday I posted a video, guys. If you've seen that video, it was a pretty recent video. I'm a diamond status with Uber, or should I just say I just lost my diamond status, which you will see that in the video. I am basically telling you guys, like with a wonder, using myself as a guinea pig, how long will it take me to lose my diamond status if I actually do my job as a contractor on a rideshare platform and actually choose what rides make sense for me. And of course, I see the eligibility. It's you got to have 85% acceptance rates, but I recently decided to roll all that just because I've noticed that I was getting paid $12 an hour. I used to just be on autopilot and accept rides as they come along, like as quick as possible, like we're in a race or something, to the point where I stopped thinking and just started accepting. And for a while that was working out, and I think Uber is catching out that people are just on autopilot. They'll just accept any garbage that comes their way. And I know there's nobody particular at Uber that's sitting there and thinking, oh, let's give this guy just trash. I think the algorithms and the AI system, the way it works is, if you keep accepting what they throw at you, eventually they're gonna start seeing if you'll take something worse. And then if you accept that, then they know that you accept these type of rides, and they throw stuff out at you more and more and more and more. So I'm not sure 100% that's what's happening, but I know one thing is nobody out there is actually making a decision what kind of rides to give me. It is up to us, the drivers, to decide whether the rides make sense for us or they don't. Of course, like I was on Thursday, accepting rides as they came at me, just accept. And then 6 hours later, I feel like crap, guys. I'm like thinking, well, what's going on here? Why am I only making $12 an hour? I just worked at night shift, just when things are actually, it's Thursday. People still going out to bars a little bit early. Normal, I was making pretty good on Thursdays. I don't know about you guys, but I was. And generally Monday through Friday on Uber was pretty good. Like, it was an average. I used to just make $300 a day. Now, that being said, sometimes I was spending $60 on fuel, sometimes $100, sometimes $40, sometimes $50, and I'm thinking, it's costing me $100 a day to work after I calculated everything. So that made me actually rent a Tesla for 2 months, and I'll release more videos with the Teslas. It's just I got like a load of videos, and I tested it out. The very first month when I rented a Tesla, through Hertz, using a Uber, type of a platform to rent it. So the Tesla itself with the charging, so the Tesla was costing me like $75 a day. Yep, $75 a day. With the insurance, which is like $10 a day, so that's like roughly $65 for a dual range performance model. And after I charge it twice a day, it was roughly $25 of charging that actually took place. And that is if I only charge at this one particular charging station, which was only charging 20 kilowatt per hour. There's others that charge in 40, and some were even like up to 50, which was kind of crazy, which I will show you guys in the later videos. I hope you guys subscribe, and you'll check this out, and you'll see my honest reviews of me renting this Tesla and actually using it to work, and how much money I'm making, and maybe this makes sense for you. But why am I saying about this Tesla thing? So when I did the math, I'm thinking, well, my BMW, I'm putting on miles on it, and I'm fueling it up and stuff, so obviously it's depreciating. I need to do service more often, which at that point I was already doing 3 oil changes per month, with like full synthetic oil change and good filters for BMWs. It is not cheap. That stuff adds up. Not to mention I already went through seriously, In just 1 month of ownership of this BMW, I had to replace rear brakes. Right now, I got to do front brakes. I had to replace a starter. I had to fix my AC. I had to fix a high pressure oil cooler line and some other things which we'll not get into right now. It's just not that important. So those things are expensive and they add up. So my math was, okay, if I rent a Tesla, I completely avoid all of these other expenses, including maintenance, like regular maintenance, like tires, like oil, something that we really don't think about. Oh yeah, I needed 2 new tires for the back. So that's like another expense right there. So anyways, when I rented a Tesla, I realized I was making, after I spent money for the Tesla, I still profited $5,500 for the whole month. But guys, that was really, in order to do that, I was like really killing myself. Like, I was working every single day. You could drive 12 hours straight for Uber or Lyft, whatever you guys work for, and then they kick you off the platform. Well, they don't kick you off the platform. You need to take a break for the next 6 hours. I'm going a little bit too far there. So when you take your next 6 hours, then you get to come back and work again. But 12 hours in a Tesla will be more like 14 to 15 hours in a Tesla. Why is that? Because you can't simply come to a gas station and fuel up. Now, I had the dual motor long range, not a performance one, for the Tesla, and that one, in order to get the full charge, was taking me 1 hour. Now keep in mind, I do not have a home charger. Now if I had a home charger, the numbers would be kind of different, because at least I would leave home on a full charge. So what was happening? So I would leave home, and I live 1 hour away. Obviously I would charge before going home, and then drive 1 hour, and then 1 hour back. Guess what I visit first before I even start working? A charging station. And then I would waste at least 30 minutes charging, plus commuting to that station 1 hour, because I live 1 hour away of Charlotte, which if you live already in Charlotte or major city, that would not be an issue for you. Maybe you commute 15 to 30 minutes to a charging station, charge it for 30 minutes, boom, 1 hour's gone anyways. Then you begin to work, and you'll be able to approximately drive 300 miles or less, because Teslas don't really give you exact mileage, what it says that they will give you. Some discharge sooner, some discharge faster. This was a brand new model, so I noticed the battery started declining a little bit, but that being said, I was still able to drive about like 300, I'd say. And then because I really needed to drive a lot, and they were just giving me all kinds of stuff, like stuff that did not make sense. I just take everything, and I noticed I'm making like $300 a day, and then 100 goes towards the actual charging. But in order for me to make that 300, I drove 12 hours and obviously wasted 3 hours for charging. Why is that? 2 hours went, 2 times I needed to charge. Each time I needed to charge for 1 hour, and each time I needed to travel at least 30 minutes to a charging station. So it's not simple like, oh, I need to charge, let me head to this hotel over here. Well, it's gonna take you 7 hours to charge at a hotel. It might be free and you need to stay there, but it's gonna take 7 hours in some of these other stations. So you must go to Tesla superchargers. And I know, guys, you probably were thinking like, why am I not getting on topic or off topic? But I'm just kind of trying to catch you guys up on as to what's going on this channel, what is some of the things I'm doing. And I'm just gonna let you know that some of the things that I've tried, and I'm trying to make sense of it, because I'm sure this is on your mind. Like, for instance, when I was using a Nissan Altima to do this type of job, I was just doing UberX, and I was kind of thinking, I'm making $300 a day, about 30 to 40 in fuel before the fuel prices went up. Oh man, I bet if I get a luxury car, I'm gonna start making more. Then I get a BMW, obviously. This is a 2010 model. It does not qualify for luxury, so I was still doing UberX, yet spending even more on fuel, which started costing me $100 a day. At the time when fuel prices really went up, and now fuel prices are starting to go back up. I think they're right back where they were about like 2 months ago, or at least like 3 months ago. Time really is running kind of quick. So basically, I guess like August. Yeah, like beginning of August, fuel prices was kind of like expensive. But anyways, that being said, so the next best thing was also to try to rent a Tesla, which allowed me to do like luxury type of rides, which is comfort rides, Uber Green, and also some scheduled rides, stuff like that. So that being said, I realized I was only making $300 still. I have a luxury car now. I'm still making $300. Now I'm spending, instead of 12 hours of driving and maybe 1 hour for lunch, which would be like 13 hours. And then because I have to commute 1 hour here, 1 hour there, it would be more like 15-hour type of workday for me. But with the Tesla, guys, it was like a 17-hour workday, because you could imagine I'm doing all that, what I just mentioned, commuting 2 hours, taking 1 hour lunch, working 12 hours, which is 15 hours. I still have to charge twice, which is 1 hour each time. So that is a 17-hour day. And how many hours is in a day? 24. So I was only literally having 7 hours left. I was working like a workhorse, guys. I did nothing but go home, sleep, work, sleep, just a bunch of travel and stuff like that. So I did realize that at best, for some reason, I was able to put only 7,500 miles on a Tesla, while in a BMW, I was doing anywhere from that to 10,000 miles. And with a Nissan Altima, I did even worse mileage, but I was using it mainly for Lyft, and they gave some of the worst rides ever. Not as far as people go, but as far as distance to the pickup and from the pickup, which will not make sense for the BMW. But it all depends if they're running any kind of promotions and stuff like that. But anyways, this week, which is right now it's Sunday, and I posted this thing Sunday, we have obviously some good bonuses on Lyft. So on Uber. So right now, if you complete 50 rides, it's going to be like $195 for your first 50 rides. Additional 10 rides will get you like an additional, I think, like $70 or something. So ultimately, you'll make like $255, give or take. I don't know what your situation is, what your state is and stuff like that, but this is the offer that I get in Charlotte. So I just completed that last night, and I actually made for Saturday. I did complete the 50 rides, so now I just got to do additional 10 and get that other one. So that's gonna be really easy. But I was picky and choosy in what rides I actually wanted. I did complete that bonus, got my $195. But altogether with the $195, I have made $537, something like that. So that is quite a bit. If you even move get like the $200 out of it, that's like $339 basically that I've made for Saturday. And that is just for 12 hours. And I wasn't even getting any kind of special promotions. And one thing with Uber is I still can't really figure them out. They seem like when you're in the right area, in that area, it's a promotion in the area like that you select and you save for those days. And it seems like you'll get that extra $1.50 or $2.50, sometimes $3.50. What I've noticed when they're giving you that offer, they're already saying, because it's an upfront earnings offer, they're already showing you guys that, oh, this $1.50 included. But when you look at it, if it wasn't included, it would really not make any sense. With it included, it doesn't make sense, but it's kind of close, which is kind of ridiculous. And I've taken some screenshots. So here's what was kind of happening yesterday too. I guess Uber algorithms was noticing somehow that I was only focused in like when the offer comes through, how many minutes does the ride actually take? So I would look and I'm thinking like, oh, 24 minutes and they want to pay me $4. I don't want that. 24 minutes, they want to pay me $6. I don't want that. If I would get like $7.80, $8, I wanted at least $10 or $11 for that. I would take it. But I was also taking something that's very close, but not like $4. That doesn't make any sense, because if you take a 24-minute trip altogether for $4, that is 24 minutes plus waiting time. If you gotta wait for somebody 5 minutes, that's 29 minutes. Let's just say 30 minutes. You do that twice, 1 hour is gone, and you only made $8. Now, if it's like $6, well, now you just made 12. Still not great, not great. So what they started doing is they noticed, I think, that I was looking at the time, and they started actually kind of like lying to me. They'll show a trip saying it's gonna take me like 8 minutes to get there, but it's 11 miles away, and sometimes like other stuff like that. And I've taken a screenshot, and I'll share this with you guys at some other point. I'll probably like just comment over the screenshot. I'll make it easier. But I'm thinking like, wow, like they're now lying to me how long it takes me to actually, how many minutes it takes me to drive 11 miles. It's like 6 minutes. How would it take me 6 minutes to drive 11 miles? Doesn't make any sense. It's like, what, I have a plane or something? So it was kind of weird. So I've taken a screenshot, and it was not just one situation. It is just one that I've taken. I'm like really quickly just took a screenshot, but did not take the ride. So that was kind of crazy. But anyways, when I was wondering if I will lose my diamond status and how long it will take, well, yesterday when I completed that day, which was 2 days in a row that I just pick and choose what I wanted, stuff that made sense, which I end up making way more money than usual by doing that. This morning when I opened up my app, my diamond status was gone, and I'm like thinking, okay, I knew it because they started displaying me these messages like, oh, well, you have enough points to be diamond, just make sure you get this acceptance rates up, you know. But the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway from this when you're choosing your own rides is this. First of all, when you are accepting rides for the prices that you want, who cares about their diamond status? Because you could buy whatever the heck you want, because you're already gonna make more money by making the right decision. You'll have more money left over. Let's say this, even if you're just making $2 more on every ride, and you did like 30 extra rides, that is $60 a day, guys. $60 a day. So what is that per month? If that was $100 a day, that's extra $3,000 a day. So it's probably going to be like, let's say, roughly, I don't know, like $1,700 or something. I really am not going to do math, but that is a lot of money. That is a big deal. Every day, if you work, you just make extra $2. That is a big difference. That is the difference between making a car payment, making a home payment, you know, like rent or whatever. So what is this perks to me, really? Like, what do they really get me? I haven't used a single perk. I got the Costco card. Well, I applied for it several months ago when I got my diamond, and well, actually you could get it with platinum and maybe even with gold, I'm not sure, but I applied for it, and they said just go to the store and get it. I don't have no time to go to Costco. I was working so much that forget Costco, I don't have no time to even go there, so I never even went there. So that was the only one that I've seen that was good until Uber Pro Card came out, and I started saving getting cash back 6%. 6% cash back. Oh, come on now. That is great, but what is it really costing you to actually get that? You know, it was costing me a lot more because I'm just accepting trash. So this is just kind of like a little test. The biggest thing is, will I get suspended or kicked off the platform for accepting rides that actually make sense? I don't care about the status. It means nothing to me. I don't need none of those things. All it means is like, it's kind of like somebody gives you a coupon book. Oh, here's a coupon book. Now you could go save. Well, now you're spending more money because you're thinking you're saving. You're not saving. You don't need none of that crap. But they're saying to you, oh, you could go buy a GM at a discount, or you could go to TrueCar and get the true price. It's like, shouldn't you already get a true price? Why should you get that? Oh, you could get a discount on an electric car from GM. Oh, great, wonderful. Let me get a payment so I could become a bigger slave to you. So that being said, guys, this video is coming to an end. This BMW is paid for. I actually like literally went to an auction. I paid for it. It's a 2010 model. It's got a bunch of miles on it. 217,000 right now. But it did have 3 months ago 194,000. And see how many miles I put on it. And I was actually renting. I actually was only using this thing for like, I think like a month and a half or something. But the other time I used it, I think like for 2 weeks. And then I got a Tesla for 2 months, which the second month I made even less on the Tesla than the first month. I still haven't even really like dive deep and look at the numbers. I just don't have the time. But the first month on the Tesla when I worked, I wrote everything down. I know exactly how many hours I worked. I know exactly how much money I've made per hour. You know, I know exactly how much I paid and how much I got to keep. So I kept $5,500 profit after paying the Tesla expenses, which I think was good ultimately. If you are kind of like a slave to this job and you're working every single day, especially if you got a home charger, renting a Tesla might actually help, because you are doing higher quality type of rides and getting paid a little bit more for those rides. But technically, to be honest with you guys, you're not going to get any more money than you will with a Nissan Altima. That's like not even qualifying for like for the, you know, like the premium rides or whatever. Yeah, it's just, I'm just saying, it's like Uber X. Let's just say compare Uber X. Whoever just does Uber X is making the same as you will with a brand new Tesla, and now you got a payment on your hands, or you're renting it. So if you got a payment on it, it might be a better idea, but is it? It might not be that good of a deal, because ultimately in 1 year you're gonna put like 120,000 miles on a Tesla, let's just say. Even like 100 would be too much. So you're already gonna be out of warranty. Next year stuff will break down. The battery costs $30,000. So if you do need a battery, 30,000 bucks. I mean, are you really saving at that point? Probably not. It will cost a lot cheaper, of course, owning a Tesla, if you don't include maintenance into the whole ordeal. If you just have a Tesla payment, Tesla insurance, it's only like, actually, come to think about it, if you have a car there's no payment, that's actually cheaper, because I've done the math. Let's say this, because I did order a Tesla, I could actually just tell you this now since I'm thinking about it, because might as well, because I will forget. So the Tesla that I ordered was a long range performance, dual motor long range performance, 65,000. I needed to put $5,000 down. They were gonna finance me at 4.5%. The Tesla already came in, and I changed my mind and actually getting it. So the payment was gonna be almost $1,000. I think like 977 or something. So I've looked around for insurances. They want to insure that thing for like 300 bucks. Maybe you could find a better deal. So that's already, let's just say, $1,300, right? $1,300. So what else? Now the charging. So the charging was costing me anywhere from $500 to $700 per month if I'm charging at the chargers. So let's just say it's even $500. So that is $1,700 is what it's going to cost you, cost of ownership of a Tesla, not including any kind of maintenance. And you're probably thinking, well, there is no maintenance. And let me take a look at my calculator. So let's see, there's in this iPad calculator, really, they always want me to pay for a calculator. I don't want to pay for this. So right now, if I work like 12 hours, just even if I accept everything, any kind of ride, so I'm going to spend $60 a day, times it by 30. That is $1,800 that I'm spending in fuel. So if you look at $1,800 for me spending like on the car that I already own, Tesla seems reasonable if you figure like, okay, $1,000 payment for the car, $300 for insurance, $500 for charging, but you might be more like paying like $700 for charging, because you'll want to make more money, obviously, so you'll pay more in charging. But that being said, let's find out exactly what it's going to cost. So it was costing me $25 a day, times it by 30 days, $750. So $750 for charging, plus $300 insurance, plus $1,000 payment for Tesla. That is $2,050. So actually you'll be spending $200 to $300 more owning a brand new Tesla, while not really making that much more. So that is the only downside of it. And I know it seems like premium car, premium rides, you'll make more money, but unfortunately that is not the case. I know how to work really good and put my time in, and with this job, it's all about putting your time in. Even if you accept all the garbage, you'll still make pretty good. But when you do have a car that the miles actually do matter, and the cost of fuel is like not cheap, like for charging, then you do need to decide like how many hours you really want to work, and how many miles you want to put on the car, and how much fuel it's going to cost you. Because if you have to go a very long distance to pick up somebody, let's say like 10 minutes away, and they're only going like 2 minutes away, you're really not going to make that much on that ride. And there's a lot of rides like that. So that means all it's going to do is waste your 1 hour of your time, and you're not getting that time back. So ultimately means when you work your 12 hours, you're just going to make less per hour. So if you're only making $14 an hour, like I was when I was just accepting all the random stuff on Thursday for 12 hours. That is $168. And I know there's going to be like a weekly bonus if you could hit it. And when you add that bonus to it, it will ultimately be slightly better. But let's see, 168 a day times it by 7. And the bonus, if you could get both of them, usually the first bonus is like not even $200, but sometimes you get lucky in the second one, 300. But let's say you get a bonus of 400 per week. That is $1,576 that you will make with all the bonuses. So I already made for 6 days by choosing what I want, 1,666, by actually choosing the rides that I wanted. No, I only chose the rides that I wanted at the end of the week, and the beginning of the week was kind of weak. I barely even worked because I did not need to. See, this is the benefit of actually owning your own car. You actually don't need to work. So if you do need to work, if that is a situation, like there's no way getting out of it, then you want to make the best out of it, like by maybe renting a Tesla, because you could always give it back, making all the money that you need, not worrying about the depreciation for your car. Then it kind of makes sense. But for me, I think I like buying stuff completely paid off. Now, I would consider buying a Tesla from an auction and just paying cash for it. Since you guys stick around that long, and I hope this is not gonna sound like I'm bragging at all, I'm just a hustler. Like, I like to make all kinds of money. I used to be broke. I was broke in 2011, completely broke. I didn't have anything, guys. So right now I got a wife, I got 3 kids. I do own my own house, which is my own real estate. I do own my own commercial zone property. Everything is paid for in cash, and I do own 33 cars right now. And I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, like, then why are you doing rideshare? And the only reason I'm doing rideshare is because this money is not bad. Mostly, if I do hustle, I was making like $2,200 a week. And when you look at that, that's like $8,800 a month. That is not bad. That is not bad. Like, where else are you gonna get that kind of money? You know, like, even like in my business, like, I'm not some special business guy, okay? My money is like no different. Now, it can be where I am now versus where I used to be, but I got to where I am today by just doing simple jobs like this. So my job for 14 years was just driving a Mercedes Sprinter expedite van. I do have my own YouTube channel on that subject with 28,000 subscribers. That channel has millions of views, and I do car repair in there. You know, I'm a specialist when it comes to Mercedes Sprinter diesels, and when it comes to like pretty much any kind of car maintenance. So anything that I do maintenance wise, I like to share with the public. Why am I doing that? Is because I want you to be able to service your own vehicle and to save money by not taking it to the dealer or to a mechanic, because it is not how much money you spend, it's how much money you make. But also you want to maximize your earning potential and spend the least amount possible for even like your business. If your business is costing slightly less money and your expenses is slightly less, then it's gonna be much better. You're gonna be much better off. There was one video I watched a long time ago on YouTube, and I've read hundreds of books on various millionaires and stuff, but this book stand out. I forgot the guy's name, but the last name is Proctor. And there's so many Proctors out there that, you know, I don't want to risk it and saying his name wrong. But anyways, it's an older type of gentleman. He said when he was like 25 years old, he didn't have any money, but he was wondering what is the difference between the rich people and the poor people. And somebody, like, he started asking all these like different millionaires, and they started explaining to him what's going on. So what he has gathered, he drew like 2 suns, like an actual sun with rays. So he drew like a sun here with like a circle in the middle and put poor, and a circle with rays and put like rich in the other one. So he said the difference between poor and rich people is that poor people, the rays is money going out, but the rich people's money coming in. So that kind of stood out for me. I'm thinking that makes a lot of sense. So at the time when I watched him, I had rent, I had a car payment, I had all kinds of business expenses. I have to pay mechanics for fixing my vehicle. Stuff keep breaking down all the time, and I'm thinking, like, why me? Anytime I get a little bit ahead, I have to spend all that money and pay it all, you know, like to some mechanic. I was being late on my rent. It was really, really horrible. I screwed up my credit history. I really had a bad time. And then some of my friends even thought I was a loser, because that's kind of like the situation that I was in. So then I started thinking, I'm thinking like, how can I completely get rid of the the car payments? I paid off the car, which was a van, Mercedes Sprinter van. The van still started breaking down, so I'm thinking, how can I learn to fix it myself? I was already kind of like slightly like mechanic, I was wrenching a little bit, but this was a diesel, it was a completely different beast. And that being said, most places didn't even know what the heck they were talking about. They didn't even know how to fix these things. So I did a lot of research, and I started fixing it myself, saving money by not paying mechanics. Then I was still paying a lot in fuel prices, so I started figuring out ways how to save on fuel, because I was spending anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 on fuel every single month. So I started saving there. My rent was not that expensive. According to these prices, it was kind of cheap. It was only like $900 a month, but now it's like that same rent is gonna be like $1,600, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, ultimately I decided to cut all the expenses out. I started working on how to get more money in by doing various different things, and ultimately I saved money. I ended up buying my own home. I could explain to you guys this in a later video, but I bought the worst home you could possibly buy. Nobody would want to buy that home, and they're gonna say this is a teardown. And I fixed everything myself. And by doing that, the work I put into it was sweat equity. And when I actually did that, I was able to actually be better off by doing that. And now I'm living in a home that's fixed up. I have an acre and a half of land. And what did I start doing 3 years ago? Because it took me, well, I've been living there 7 years now, so it took me 3.5 years to fix it up. I took a year break. Then I started buying cars 1 year before COVID hit. And my friends were like, why are you buying these cars? Because I'm thinking, look, I'm still making the money. I don't have no mortgage. I don't have any of these expenses. I'm doing everything myself, fixing stuff myself. So I started buying cars. So ultimately, I bought 10 commercial Sprinter vans, and the other 23 is cars and SUVs. So this is how I got there. Not to mention, I'm not even mentioning the Bobcat that I own. I'm not even mentioning the 3 ATVs that I own. 2 King Quad 700cc ATVs. Not even mentioning my 2013 Honda CBR 500R motorcycle, a 2002 900cc Kawasaki jet ski, which is broken. I need to fix it. I bought it broken. So a lot of stuff that I buy is sometimes broken, needs work, but I save money by fixing it myself. So this is just some of the lessons that I want to just share with you guys. And believe me, guys, I hope you do not take this the wrong way. I do not want to sound like I'm any way better than you. I just try to make money, and all of this money that I've made, I just did simple little things that I'm sharing with you guys. You could basically easily do the same thing. And this is why I'm kind of like a little bit fascinated by things like Uber, Lyft. It is like easy. Anybody could do it. You get a car, rent a car, rent a car. You could just basically do this without having any kind of car, like starting from zero. I literally wanted to start doing this experiment, and maybe I will still do it to see if I have completely nothing. I will get rid of like all my money, except give myself just like enough to rent the cars first week, because you need $800. So you give $800 to them. They will give you that money back, actually, guys. And they'll charge you only when you will turn that car in, which is kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time, because maybe you needed that money to, I don't know, buy food or something. Maybe that's your last $800. So I may do like some kind of experiment like that. Like let's say if somebody was completely broke with ambition and they wanted to somehow make money, like literally I could I could easily just like not have anything, rent a car, basically not have any money, just hustle, sleep. I slept in the Tesla, guys. I folded the rear seat, and it's made to camp, so there's a camping mode. I would put camping mode. I bought a pillow. And I bought like a sort of like a thin little blanket. I really don't like blankets, but what I did is I would basically go to like a kind of like charging stations, and I would just sleep there like next to charging station. So it looks like I'm kind of like blending in. It would help to have tinted windows, which that Tesla did not. But I'll tell you guys, I folded the rear seat down. I actually at first I was sleeping with my head kind of here, but then I thought, you know what, it's a little bit not safe. I put it actually in the trunk because my head is not exposed and nobody's looking at it. Like nobody could like do any damage to me. You know, if that was the case, it's probably a little bit dangerous to do that, but it is doable. You could like literally sleep in your car, make all the money that you need, save all that money, just save it, save it, save it, save it. And when you see an opportunity, it could be stocks, it could be like anything. Like I would not recommend investing in stocks right now. Maybe it's a good idea, everything's on sale. Typically that would be recommended, but first of all, I'm not a financial advisor, and I would not actually invest right now. This is kind of crazy. Especially cryptos, I would probably avoid them like the plague. I used to do a little trading, and I haven't actually lost any money in stocks or cryptos. But that being said, a lot of people did. So I was kind of thinking like, man, I could just sleep in my Tesla and make money, and I could like literally save up, and I could like literally wait till the housing market's gonna like crash. By the way, I'm in real estate school right now, so I'm almost done with it, and I have some other things in the works which I will talk to you guys a little bit later. But I am fascinated that you can make this money here. You just want to make sure you make the right amount, and then you could use this money elsewhere. You could like start any kind of other business by saving up this money, and being safe that you're just renting versus buying, because you could make decision on the fly. You could just, you know, get rid of that, get some used car for cash. Now you're saving money instead of renting, and then you could basically do whatever the heck you want, you know. So it's kind of cool. I like this kind of challenges. It's kind of like a life challenge. But anyways, guys, let me know if I should do that at some point. Right now I'm working on something else. I already have like a bunch of, you know, like big plans. First of all, last year I built my own rideshare company. So I literally have a version similar to Uber. It looks different, but same idea. Basically, it's a rideshare company. So I have my own software built. It looks different, but it works similar. What I want to do with that is I want to make some adjustments to where I would allow drivers to pick and choose what they want at the very least. And at some point, because I really don't know how to do this, I'm not a programmer, but tell software developers to code it in a way to where you could actually choose how much money you want to get paid for those rides. So when you do get an offer, you know that is the offer based on what you want to get paid, and just do it that way. And yeah, I do have some plans with that. I'm not launching it right now just because I have way too many things in the works. Like for instance, I'm in real estate school right now. I need to finish that up, and I still got time with that. And I have all these cars. I want to fix up some cars and sell some stuff and build myself a huge warehouse for a multi-million-dollar used parts business that I want to do. This is why I have these cars. But some stuff is to sell, some stuff is to part out. It's like a big plan. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this is probably a little bit too much to take in, so hopefully you find a little bit of value in it. And I know I could have just like make bits and pieces in different videos, but I will try to stay a little bit more focused on future videos and just talk about the topic at hand. But this is a brand new channel and you guys don't know me, and I think it will help to kind of like understand like where I'm coming from and why am I even making this type of videos, because ultimately I want to help you, and this is what I care about. And this channel is like not even monetized, despite you might be seeing video ads, so I do not get anything for it. I'm just sharing a message. And I would do this on my other channel, but the other channel is more like Mercedes diesel stuff, you know, so I don't want to really mix things up too much. But I want to keep this right here. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I will try to get to you guys. As this channel is small, there's a good chance I could still respond, or at least make like a, you know, like respond like a little bit and make like a video response or something like that, which would be kind of easy for me to do. That being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of some of the things I talked about. If something's in your mind, let me know. Let's strategize. Let's see if we could all work together towards achieving, you know, a greater goal for yourself that you want to achieve. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. God bless you. And see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.